Hi, Rosemary. Hi, Sylvia. Thank you for agreeing to come on this webinar for the Catalyst Collective. So today we'll be talking about all things agriculture as a woman. So I think I'll start with you, Rosemary. Why don't you introduce yourself so that everyone can get an idea of who you are and what you do.
Okay, my name is Rosemary Kitungu. I am an agribusiness specialist in Lusaka. I studied agricultural business management. I'm currently farming just vegetables and poultry. I also do agricultural consultancy. Yes.
Okay, thank you. And you, Sylvia?
Hi everyone. My name is Sylvia. I am a passionate farmer. I have studied general agriculture, also done a course in soil microbiology. I've been farming for the past, I would say, decade. Yeah, and then I do crops. I've been doing different kind of crops, both local and exotic crops. I'm also involved in animal farming. I think that's all about me.
Okay, thank you. So we'll get right into the question. So this one is for you, Sylvia. What's the one piece of advice you would give to your younger self just starting out in agriculture if you were to start like again?
Okay. So one piece of advice I would give myself to a younger to my younger self is, is one, start early. Two would be, to learn from experienced farmers. Yeah. What else? Build a good reputation before starting my farming business and stuff. And one of them would be to, have lots of patience, because, when it comes to farming is not it's not a quick get rich scheme. And it just does you just don't get to have to make money right there and then. So you need to have lots of patience. If you don't have patience, you get to burn out, thinking you just get to give up.
Okay, thank you. And then Rosemary, the same question?
Okay. Like Sylvia said, I would tell them to have a lot of patience. A lot of patience. You need to have a thick skin and embracing mistakes as lessons. Understanding that not everything will go right, not everything will go as I want, but they are lessons. Learn as much as you can, ask questions every chance you get, and just be confident and believe in what you're doing.
Okay, thank you. Then my next question for you is, for those without a traditional agricultural background, what are the best ways to gain practical experience and to break into the industry? Anyone can take it.
Okay, I guess that. To break into agriculture without traditional knowledge, you have to involve yourself in activities like, doing lots of volunteering. That would be on farms. You'd have to attend lots of farming few days so that you get to network with a lot of farmers, and just get to gain the basic knowledge of what farmers do and what it requires or involves for you to get into farming. You'd also have to join farmers clubs, because I've had to do that a lot. And lastly, I think the last one would be, to enroll into online farming courses, or if you have the money, just get into, just enroll yourself into an agricultural course. Like for myself, because my parents didn't have money, so I had to get myself into I did a certificate in general agriculture, so that's one of the courses that you can begin with.
Thank you. Rosemary?
Okay, so I would advise situations to volunteer. You can volunteer in research centers, just get involved. You can go to different agribusiness entities. We have blog shows where different farmers will come and do expos of what they're doing, and they will give you a lot of knowledge on how they achieve what they have. Just involve yourself, get other farmers, ask questions, join cooperatives. You will learn a lot from that. At least get to know where to start from if you involve yourself in what others are doing.
Okay, thank you. My next question is, can you describe a typical day in your current role, and like what skills do you use the most during that day?
Okay, so not every days are the same. So different days have different challenges. So sometimes you have a lot of work in the field, so you find yourself doing most of that. But other days you find yourself doing marketing. You are talking to suppliers. You are talking to clients. Sometimes you are in the poultry, so you have some spray days. You have days that you just spend a lot. Of books, trying to see if your finances, to organize resources. So not all 2 days are the same.
Thank you. Sylvia?
Like Rosemary said that every day involves lots of work, and like the activities are not consistent. Like you find that each and every day has got its own challenges, and one of the skills.
Hello, Sylvia? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Oh, sorry, it sounds like I lost the signal or something. Yes, so like I was saying that, like Rosemary said, each day has got its own challenges because farming involves lots of work, lot of hands-on work, and one of the skills that I found myself to use the most is time management. You really need to time your management because the farming industry is unpredictable, and it depends a lot on external factors like changing weather patterns and other stuff.
Thank you. My next question is, what are some of the most surprising or non-traditional career paths that you've seen in agriculture that young women might not know about and might be interested in going into?
So at the moment, we are seeing a lot of agriculture engineering. We now have climate change consultancy. We are seeing a lot of management. We are seeing a lot of agriculture economics. I think all these are different career paths doing very well in agriculture.
Yes, and you, Sylvia?
Well, myself, I have come to know about some really surprising agricultural career paths for women that I knew nothing about, except from the general agriculture. And some of the career paths about that I've come to know about, some of them such as agricultural law, plant scientist, agricultural engineering, soil scientists, and hydrologists, and many more.
Okay, thank you for that. And then beyond a degree in agriculture, what do you think the shift is going into in terms of let's say people who want to get like certificates or yeah, the same degree that I talked about, like what fields do you think are becoming much more, let's say, sought after in the
Sorry, I
same.
couldn't.
You didn't get that? I can repeat myself. So I was saying beyond just getting a degree in agriculture, what other fields do you think that of study do you think are becoming more critical now than they were before?
Okay, so um, currently, because of the changing climate change,
Mm-hmm.
we are seeing a lot of climate change consultancy. I think that's a big thing. We are seeing a lot of people that are coming up with software apps that will help you predict the weather. They will show you current weather patterns, what can you grow, what space are you going to have challenges with. I think those are doing very well. We also have agricultural economics. Agricultural economics, those are people that will tell you what projects you should go into. They will advise you on how you will make your money and see what you can invest and what is risky at the moment. And now we are also looking at a lot of technology. We have seen a lot of hydroponic farming where people are doing vertical farming for urban farmers. So there's a lot that is changing, and we are going with the trend. So there's a lot that somebody would pick from at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Then the next question, this one is for you, Sylvia. So if you were to hire someone, what for your farm, let's say, for example, what soft skills would you look for in someone that you're trying to hire?
Okay. Um, when hiring somebody in the agriculture, let's say on my farm, some of the soft skills that we look for in the person that I want to hire, one of them would be adaptability. Why? Reason being is because the agricultural industry is heavily influenced by external factors like changes in weather, pests, market shifts. The market is not always consistent, like it's unpredictable. Yeah. So I'd also look to see if that person, is open to change and if they're able to adjust. Then the other thing I would look for the person that I want to hire is communication, because communication is very important for working. When you work in the agricultural industry, you get to work with lots of diverse things. So I would be able to, so communication is one of the things that I would be able to look for in the person that I want to hire. Then the other thing I would look for in the person is see if they're able to work in a team or work as a team.
Mm-hmm.
Because in order for you to succeed in agriculture, you need to collaborate with, other people like general farm workers, managers, supervisors, and everything. So everything depends on communication.
I see. Okay, that was very good. My next question is how important internships, or did you guys do any internships before you fully went into the sector and became independent and on your own?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Okay, so my question was in terms of internships, did you do any internships before you branched out on your own to do your own work, or do you encourage like others to go through internship first before they branch out to do their own farming?
Oh, okay. So I did my first internship with Brown Special Needs School. That was while I was quite, I think I was volunteering that side. So they have a farm. Mostly they have pigs and a small farm. I learned a lot from there. I was teaching special needs kids, but I also learned a lot because farm, so I had access to like almost every department of the organization. It taught me a lot about marketing. I got to work in a piggery full time, and I understood better. And then my second internship, I went to Ministry of Agriculture, to Saka District Office, with DAFO. So it was mostly visiting cooperatives. We were seeing how other small scale farmers, mostly those that depend on the government, those that depend on CC, were businesses. I would always advise people to do internships because you get to have access to people's funds. You get to know how other people are running their businesses. You get to see what they're doing. Because when you visit somebody and say, "Hi, I have come to learn," they will not tell you much. But if you go there as a volunteer and you're working with them every day, you get to know more about their business. Could see from us. Internships are very, very important.
And you, Sylvia?
Well, for me, I don't say I've done any kind of internship before branching on my own, because my parents have always been farmers. You know, I grew up in the village where we survived on farming and stuff. So that kind of helped me, because even before branching out on my own, I sort of had some kind of, lots of hands-on experience. The only kind of internship I would say I did was when I did my attachment during college, and then from that, after graduating from college, I just, started working for other people's farms where I had to learn most of the things, especially things to do with, the technical part of the industry. Yes, so like Rosemary said that internships uh, are really important, because I believe that there are other people out there who didn't, who didn't have heads that like me, who do not have any sort of, background knowledge in the industry. I would say that internships and apprenticeships are very important, because in order for them to branch out on their own, they would have to have some kind of experience, and they would only get that through internships and, volunteering and everything.
Okay, thank you. I like that response. And as a woman in a historically male-dominated field, what is your biggest challenge, especially when you first started, like when you first branched out on your own, then how did you overcome that challenge?
Being in a food field,
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I think Rosemary was about to say.
Oh, okay. Rosemary, can you hear us?
I can hardly get you. You're breaking.
Oh, sorry. Let me ask the question
Yes,
again. Can you hear me properly now?
I did get the question. I thought,
Sorry?
okay.
It's also breaking on my end.
I'm saying I did get your question.
Okay. I think Rosemary, you should answer after Sylvia because I think maybe the network is acting up. I don't know if it's my network or your network. So let's
Oh,
let Sylvia answer first and then come back to you. Maybe it will be better then.
okay.
Oh, okay. So, sorry, just kindly repeat the question.
So the question was, as a woman in a male-dominated field, what was your biggest challenge that you faced when you started in your career, and how did you overcome it?
There's been quite some challenges, that I have experienced or faced when it comes to the agricultural industry. For decades now, agriculture has been, deemed to be a male-dominated industry, and I can't say it's been easy for me as a woman, to thrive in this industry because of some
some of the challenges that I have faced. Like, most of them have got to do, with patriarch. For example, there are some farms where I've worked at, and most of the workforce was men, and they're not just ready to listen to a woman. They don't want to be told what to do by a woman. And so it becomes a challenge, because how do you work if you're working with men that do not want to listen to you? And one of the ways I've been able to, how can I say it? One of the ways I've been able to manage that is, by using my skills and making sure that, I absorb lots of knowledge and show them that I know what I'm doing. And then one of the other challenges that I've been able to face was sexual harassment. I don't know if that's common in other agricultural workplaces. I've faced lots of that, and the way how I've been able to solve that is by being able, to speak out a lot. Like, don't be afraid. If somebody harasses you, take it up to management. Speak up. If you don't like something, don't die inside. Just speak up. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And then on the part of the sexual harassment, I don't think it's just the agricultural industry. I think it's every industry that a woman is in that she will find herself. If a man is there, then there's some sexual harassment that might happen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Rosemary, you can go ahead.
Okay, so when you are in a male-dominated field, it's I think it's time to prove yourself. Your results will speak for you. You need to have confidence. Understanding your perspective is unique, and if you don't speak up, you are advantage in the community. So every time I am in a situation where I feel undermined, I feel like they are not expecting me to do so much. I just work very hard to show yourself. You need to show them that you know what you're doing and you know why you're there. And your results will speak for you. In the end, you gain the respect that you deserve.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. I like that. So adding to what you said, Rosemary, so how can you build on that confidence, let's say, to become a leader? Because, like we said, it's male dominated, but like as a woman, let's say you are the farm owner and then all your workers are men. So how do you build on that confidence so that your voice and your ideas are taken seriously, especially since you're the only woman in the room?
Okay, okay. On my farm, I do hire women a lot actually,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like they take the work more serious than men. Yeah, and they are better behaved. So with men, so when men, you speak up. I believe you speak up, but every time you keep quiet, no one knows what you're thinking. No one knows what your idea is. Just because somebody said something similar to what you're thinking, it doesn't mean it has been spoken about. So even if it's something that somebody has already talked about, you stand up and speak for yourself. That's the only way you take up space in a room. Because every time you try to be small and you remain in the back, no one will notice you, no one will hear you. So you stand up for yourself, you speak up, you let them know what you're thinking, you let them know, you pitch your ideas, let everybody see you. That way you gain the respect that you're looking for. And I feel like men are just good for the physical things that they can do, because obviously they're stronger than us. But women are very committed, especially in the farm. I think Sylvia would stand with me on this. Women are so committed. If you tell them to come early in the morning, they'll be there on time. They will stay. They will do as much as they can. They will do what they're supposed to do. Men can be very dramatic. They'll come drunk. Sometimes they're so problematic. So I also prefer working with women. So you just speak up and just be bold. Let me see you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I like that response. Then on the part of mentorship in agriculture, can you say that it is the same thing as internship? And how do you know that you found the right mentor for yourself in the industry?
Okay, on the mentorship, I feel like mentorship can be either formal or informal. So it could be somebody that maybe is your boss, it could be a lecturer or a professor, or you could interact with someone that has experienced what you are looking to achieve, somebody that has been in the business longer than you are, and they're willing to invest their time in you. So they will teach you, they will talk to you, they will maybe come and visit and see what you're doing, maybe let you come and visit their farm, you see what they're doing. Sometimes it could be somebody that you could just send a text when you don't know what you're doing and you ask for advice and they will respond. So it just depends on the kind of relationship you have with this particular person. But it is very, very important to have a mentor in this business. You need to have somebody that you can run to. It could be an agronomist, it could be an older farmer, just somebody that has already experienced what you are trying to achieve.
Mm-hmm. And Sylvia, what do you think?
Sorry?
I'm saying, what are your thoughts on mentorship?
Yeah, I think Rosemary has said most of the things, and I do agree with her.
Okay, then the next question that I have for you is what emerging technology in the agri-tech sector are you most excited about right now?
Mm, there are some of the verses that I'm excited about. Some of the emerging new farming, trends that I am most excited about. You know, things like vertical farming, regenerative agriculture, controlled environment agriculture, robotics. Those are some of the new emerging farming technologies that I'm excited about. Reason being because I believe that they will help out a lot in optimizing the use of natural resources, and then they will also help increase efficiency in the agricultural industry, and they will also hence being helping out increase crop yield, which will help us out a lot.
Okay, that's great. And you, Rosemary?
Okay, so Sylvia has listed them. So something that I saw that really, really excited me on smart farming. Last year I visited Sativa Goat Stud, and it's in Mazaboka. They keep goats and sheep. And I saw something that was very, very fascinating. So instead of tags, you know how people tag their animals just to know the numbers,
Mm-hmm.
they put chips on the goats that are connected, and the chip is connected to the owner's phone. That means every time the sheep leave, the goats leave to go and graze, he gets a notification on his phone to know how far they are from the farm. And when they come back, he also gets a notification to know how many have come back. And if there's any missing, he knows which ones are missing. It also holds record of each animal, so you get to know who mothered that animal, what diseases does it have, was it vaccinated. I think we are doing very well when it comes to technology. And there's a hydroponic these hydroponic towers, vertical farming, that is very good for urban farming, because even if you do not have space, you can have a garden because it grows vertically. So you don't need to have too much space to have your field. You just need to have the system.
Okay, I see. All right, so we have come to the end of the webinar. So, I would like each one of you to just give your final thoughts, and imagine the person you're speaking to is a young girl who's just finished grade 12 and then she wants to go into the agricultural industry. Yeah.
Okay, so if I was to talk to somebody that is thinking of going into the agricultural industry right now, I would advise to do an extensive research that gets to know what exactly you want to study, because agriculture is now very wide. There are so many courses, and some of these courses don't have too much to do with farming. When you do, there are certain courses in office, somewhere production, and there's other courses that will take you full time on the farm. So just do an extensive research and know exactly what you want, and if that basis of the knowledge that you're trying to get. And it takes a lot of commitment. It will be a lot of work. It is going to be a lot of stress, but be curious. Just be patient with yourself and be very, very focused, because these courses are hard. These courses are hard, but it is very possible. So, at the best.
Okay, thank you so much, Rosemary. Yes, and you, Sylvia?
One piece of advice I would give out to a young person that's about to get into agriculture, is start early. Don't wait for time. To, like Rosemary said, I would advise them to do an extensive research. Like, they should know what they're getting into. I would advise them to reach out to a lot of experienced farmers, volunteer, ask them to gain lots of knowledge, because I don't think they'll be able to do it without, if I don't think anybody would be able to actually do something if you don't know what you are getting into. And just like Rosemary said, that farming requires a lot of hard work, and it's stressful. Sometimes it gets lonely. Yeah, so they just have to be ready, and they just have to be ready and be able to know what they're getting into. So I would advise them to absorb lots of knowledge, yeah, and just be ready for anything.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us. The webinar will be posted on our YouTube channel. I will send you the link once the editing is done and I've been able to upload it. But once again, ladies, thank you so much for coming here and imparting your knowledge onto all of us. Again, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem.